The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is my #1 favorite video game of all time, and I have spent a lot of time playing it. So last week, during the Nintendo E3 Direct, when it was announced that a sequel for Breath of the Wild was in development, I lost it. I was like, I am so excited for this game, and I have a number of things that I would like to see in it, so I thought now would be a perfect time to go over those. First, I want to talk about the things that are in Breath of the Wild that I think should stay. These are things that I love, that I don't want to go anywhere. First, shrines. I love shrines. They are so much fun and add so much incentive to explore, and I would hate to see them leave. Another 120 of those, please. Next, weapon durability. I know there's some people who don't really like this game mechanic, but I ain't one of them. Also, keep climbing, stamina, the paraglider, the open world, and the ability to do the dungeons in any order. I would be very surprised if they got rid of any of these, except maybe the last one, but I thought I'd mention them anyway. Also, keep Rivali's Gale. I don't really care about any of the other powers, but I need that one. Also, keep the runes, and most of the mechanics from Breath of the Wild. I like those too. Now for the new things, or things I think they should change. One of my favorite things about Breath of the Wild was the wonder and awe of exploration. I spent hours just running around and seeing what there was to find. I loved not knowing what I was going to discover next, and the excitement of finding that thing was just the best. And I really hope that the sequel is able to keep this feeling to at least some extent. Based on the trailer that we saw, it looks like this game will be taking place in the same Hyrule. So I hope there is at least some new stuff, like architecture or natural destruction. Imagine if between games there was a huge earthquake that caused some area in the map to split apart and opening up to a new area. That would be awesome. Also, from the trailer, it looks like we can see some of this, as we see Hyrule Castle lifting up into the air. Or the game could just have some new area, some new place just to travel to and from. I don't know. But what I really want to see for this is time travel. I really want to see Hyrule 100 years ago, before Ganon attacked. Nintendo, please provide us with some way to travel back in time to witness Hyrule in its glory days, even if we can only do it in certain parts of the map. The second thing I want also goes really well with the first one. Please let there be underwater exploration. This does add so much more places to explore, but I feel like it deserves to be a point all on its own. I want to know what's at the bottom of Lake Hylia, like maybe a dungeon. Or this could open up to whole new areas. What? You didn't know that there's a whole secret civilization living under Hyrule, and the only way to access them is through the secret entrance under the ocean? Really? You didn't know that? Me neither. I really think that this would add so much to the game, and it could provide some great hiding spots for shrines or items. Okay, next! I want more of a reward for completionists. In Breath of the Wild, the only real reward for a completionist that there is the armor that you get for completing all 120 shrines. For completing all 900 Korok seeds, you get Hestu Poo. For completing the compendium, you get a picture you can't even look at. You also get one of these for completing the Champion's Ballad, but you also get a motorbike, so I can't really count that one. For defeating all the mini-bosses, you get gold medallions, and for beating the game, you get a star next to your save, and you get to see your percentage complete. I don't think there needs to be something huge, just something really. I was so excited when I first completed the compendium and got the picture. I was so curious what it would be used for, and my brain immediately went to the quest to get the Bigoron sword in Ocarina of Time. But really the picture does nothing, it just sits in your inventory. And I know it's supposed to be more about the journey and not the destination and blah 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 blah, but I don't care. If I were to do a reward, I would do it like this. You still get all of the items, but you also get a separate item for completing all 120 shrines, and you get an item after defeating Ganon. Then, at the back of the Shrine of Resurrection, there is a pedestal for each item. One for the picture, one for Hestu's gift, one for the medallions, one for an item for completing all the shrines, and one for an item for defeating Ganon once you have all the memories. Then, when all 5 pedestals are filled, the wall opens, revealing one final challenge. This challenge is actually a number of challenges. One that is a complex puzzle, one that is a test of strength, the hardest in the game, and other various tasks which could represent Koroks and other challenges that you completed along your journey. After completing all the challenges, the last door opens, revealing one final Sheikah. But instead of getting a spirit orb, the Sheikah congratulates you for completing your quest and finishing this long journey throughout Hyrule. This leads into a montage of you doing various tasks across the land, including finding a Korok, completing various shrines, defeating mini-bosses, and so on. Just a nice reminder of all you had done throughout your long journey. Then this ends with a simple screen with 3 words. Thanks for playing. Ooh, I'm giving myself chills just saying it. I think that, or something like that, would be amazing. But I guess I've kind of gotten sidetracked. Back to talking about the sequel. I want items, rare items, and or new runes. I want to be out exploring to find a chest, open it up, and get a weapon that makes my jaw drop. Breath of the Wild did this to some extent with the armor, especially in the DLC. You could find Majora's Mask, or the Wind Waker shirt. It was flippity dang cool. I want stuff like that, but with items. They could do it in a similar way to how they did the Hylian Shield. You find the one, but then once it breaks, you have to complete the Terrytown side quest and pay 3,000 rupees in order to get a new one. I think this would work really well for items such as the long shot or the hook shot. Just imagine searching throughout the wild and coming across a chest. You open it up and boom, you have the long shot. That would blow people's mind. Doing this with other items would be really cool as well. Bring back other old Zelda items or introduce new ones. Either way, I'm down. Also, I want some more runes. I think keep all the same runes, but then add some new ones. And don't give them to the player at the start of the game. I want more things to find and unlock. And then going into every shrine, you would be wondering if you would get a new rune. And also it would add more incentive to go and find new shrines. Finally, I want at least one really long dungeon. I think it would be really cool to have some more traditional dungeons. Now, don't get me wrong, I absolutely loved the Divine Beast, but some longer dungeons would be awesome. But on top of that, I want one really long dungeon, like 15 plus hours. And since you can teleport, you don't have to do it all at once, but you can if you want to. And that's really it. There's some more smaller things I want, but nothing really noteworthy, so I guess that's the end. Thank you so much for watching. This is a completely different topic than I've ever talked about before, but this has really been on my mind lately, especially with E3 just happening. But I really hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did and want to see more videos like this from me in the future, be sure to leave a like and let me know down in the comments. And also, if you're new around here, be sure to subscribe so that you never miss a video from me in the future. But anyways, that's all I've got for you today. I'll see you next time.